Ballroom Blast class, we're going to talk a lot more about weight transfer and how it applies to where you are on your foot. So your foot has three main areas, which is your heel, your ball, and standing flat. And that's usually when our weight is dispersed somewhere between the heel and the ball. So you can see that very solid on this foot. One thing that we want to make sure we don't overlook when we talk about the ball of the foot, very often people only think about the inside edge or the big ball of the foot. But in fact, you have a smaller ball towards the outside edge of your foot there. And so a lot of times we would call this the pad that runs across the top part of your foot from the big ball to the little ball. Okay? Really important to understand where that is across your foot. Okay, so from the big ball to the little ball. When we change our weight, we are always propelling our weight forward. So we can talk about lifting, but that doesn't really give us any levity or flow, which really is what differentiates dancing from walking. Okay? So what we want to do as an exercise is just understand and be aware of where we are. So right now my weight is more towards the heel of my foot, so you can see that I'm releasing the balls of my feet, and now I'm going to roll towards the ball of the foot and just ever so slightly release the heels. Now if you really want to be dramatic, you can lift right up and right up. But the reality is we don't dance like this. And when you lift your toes up like that, it generally causes your legs to lock. And for ballroom dances, we really want to work on keeping our knees nice and relaxed. So we want to keep that movement of weight a little bit more subtle. So we want to understand when we're towards our heel and when we're towards the ball of the foot. Okay, so at any point in time when you're on one, you're just ever so slightly releasing the other. And this is a good exercise to practice to control your balance as well as control your center. Okay, so heel, ball, and flat. The next thing you want to do is, once you've done that a few times with both feet, you want to do this on one foot only. So if you move your weight to your left foot, you want to just keep your right foot relaxed. And you're going to do that exercise the same way. Now, I would recommend having a chair close by or something that you can just kind of reference to if you need a little help with your balance when you're doing this first exercise. Okay? So again, I'm trying to focus on keeping my knees relaxed and just rolling from back to front. And this is very important for all of your ballroom dances because they travel, and our weight, understanding where our weight and where our energy is coming from, will help us as we travel in these dances, okay? And then I would switch over to the other foot, and you should be able to see that when I'm on one foot, I'm fully committed, and when I move over to the other foot, I'm fully committed, okay? So we definitely, those of students that know me know, I say never, ever, 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 ever stand split weight. You must always be aware of which foot you're on. And it should be obvious when someone is looking at you. Which foot are you on? Okay? So in this case, I'm going to do that same exercise on the other foot. So I'm just going to be aware of being on towards the ball, and then towards the ball here, and then towards the heel. Now, the whole time I am doing this, I am pulling my posture up and not back or over forward, okay? So I'm just keeping myself nice and tall, okay? And the knees are relaxed. If you want to practice this using a waltz rhythm, you want to remember that you begin through your heels. Doesn't mean your weight is way to the back. It just means that you're contacted through your heel and you're going to roll forward onto the ball for 2, because rise comes from pushing up from the ball of the foot, stretching the ankles, and 3 is the action of coming down and relaxing the ankles to make contact with the heel again. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is a fabulous exercise to strengthen your ankles and your legs for all of your ballroom dances. Hope you find this useful, and I'll see you in the next lesson.